you're trying to break into cybersecurity, there are two entry-level jobs you're probably going to see everywhere: SOC Analyst and GRC Analyst. SOC is usually pitched as the technical path. You're investigating alerts, working with security tools, maybe responding to incidents. GRC, on the other hand, is always known as the less technical path, and so, well, I don't feel so technical, I'm going to go into GRC route. People seem to have some stigma of looking down upon it, I feel. Like, it's the backup option. Oh, I didn't make it in SOC, let me just go to GRC. That begs the question. As an entry level, or as a graduate, or somebody looking to shift into a cybersecurity career, which one is a better starting point? I've worked on the technical side of cybersecurity for years, and I actually think both have some pretty major problems that nobody really talks about. In fact, these problems are so critical that you should really know about them before you get into it, because they can have consequences for the entirety of your cybersecurity career. And I'm going to let you on a little secret here. There's actually a third option for a lot of people, which I think is the better starting point. I promise you. There's just one thing though, you're probably not going to like it, but we'll get to that. So the question isn't really which job is better, it's actually, what do you want your first job to teach you? Because your first cybersecurity job is probably not going to be your dream job. But what matters is that it sets you up for what you do next. So let's start with SOC first. SOC is probably the obvious choice if you want to go down the technical cybersecurity route. You're potentially getting exposure to things like SIEM, identity, networking, incident response. Back in my day, you had to actually learn programming and KQL queries. Now you don't even need to know it anymore. Same thing with regex. It became a big deal. Oh, I know regex. I can create all of these really nice queries. Claude's doing regex for you better than you can even do it. Now here's the thing. If you're in a really good SOC, you might actually be investigating attacks. Or you could be on an internal SOC and you could be dealing with engineering related tasks too. You're going to be figuring out what happened in an incident, how do people get in, what did they touch, how do we stop it from happening again. The experience can give you a really good foundation to eventually move into things like security engineering. You can become more of a detection engineer, an incident responder, forensics, cloud security, architecture, whatever technical direction you want to take. Here's the problem though, and I alluded to it before when I said if it's a good SOC role, because there's a massive difference between a good SOC job and a bad SOC job, because the worst SOC job will suck the life out of you and you're going to hate yourself, be burnt out within a couple of months. But some SOC jobs can basically become glorified help desk. So if you do get an interview, make sure to ask them questions that will ensure that you don't end up like that. What is the growth of the role? What are the expectations? What are the responsibilities? Make sure it's not just, oh, you look at alerts and look at the screen all day, because that is grueling. That sucks. You don't learn anything. You're not able to upskill at all. So then you get stuck on SOC forever. I've interviewed a lot of people for security engineering roles that they came through college, they got a SOC analyst role and they're trying to move into engineering, but they haven't engineered anything. Why the hell would you hire them? You're going to go for a systems engineer and then teach them the security because they know how to build things. The second problem with SOC right now is because it's become that sort of entry point and the recommendation as a starting point for breaking into cybersecurity, SOC roles are so oversaturated, it's absolutely insane. If you go on LinkedIn and look up jobs right now, look up SOC Analyst, if the job was posted more than 6 hours ago, it probably has 100 plus applicants already. Especially if you're straight out of college, you're really going to be struggling competing with people that have been in the industry already, potentially in adjacent IT roles for 3, 4, 5 years even, just because of the market right now. So it's a very competitive space now, right now, to get a SOC Analyst role. Now let's talk about the GRC Analyst. Here's the other side. GRC, as I said at the beginning, it gets this weird stigma, or people treat it like a backup. It just has this unfortunate reputation because technical people say, oh, that's not real cybersecurity. But that's nonsense. It is real cybersecurity. It's incredibly important. It's more about what you want to do in your career. It's a personal preference. Now, a good GRC role can give you something that a junior SOC analyst might barely see. They get to see how cybersecurity actually works as a business function. You're potentially dealing with risk assessments, security controls, frameworks, audits, a lot of third-party risk reviews, policies, regulations. You get to deal with a lot of stakeholders, and often they could be executive level too. depending on your role in the company, and you start understanding why companies actually make security decisions and the importance behind those controls. The SOC analyst might just be sitting there looking at alerts and saying, okay, yep, that's phishing, not phishing, there's unusual behavior on that account, but there's no context to any of that. GRC is saying, okay, we're implementing this control because of this particular framework or because of this particular business requirement. That's incredibly valuable. If your long-term goal is to do consulting, risk management, even regular management or security leadership, that sort of thing, without GRC, you're going to be in a world of pain because you're not understanding the context behind it. And just overall in cybersecurity in general, as you go up the ladder and you become more senior and more leadership and strategy based, your job becomes less of, do I understand this technology? And becomes more about, can I understand the risk and communicate it to the business? GRC has almost the opposite problem to SOC. You can become pigeonholed into the non-technical side extremely quickly. If you're 3 years into cybersecurity and you've spent that entire time collecting screenshots for auditors, updating spreadsheets, and chasing people for evidence, moving into security engineering is going to be difficult. Not impossible, but difficult. Because you haven't necessarily spent those 3 years building the technical foundation that somebody in a SOC or IT infrastructure role might have. Now, that might not matter. If you hate the deeply technical stuff and love working with people, risk, compliance in the business, who cares? GRC is probably the better career for you. So which one wins? As I said, it's really a personal preference, that sort of thing. But if you want to become a security engineer, security architect, anything technical, obviously you'd want to go towards the SOC analyst role. If you're interested in risk, compliance, consulting, auditing, governance, maybe even management at some point, I'd seriously consider GRC. What if you're 20 years old, you're just going into college or university now, you have absolutely no idea what you want to do, you just enjoy cybersecurity and you know, I want to work in cybersecurity. I think it's generally easier overall to start technical and move towards business and risk later than it is to spend years away from the technology and then try to become deeply technical. But here's the thing, there's actually another option, help desk. Maybe some of you saw this coming. I know you want to work in cybersecurity and I'm telling you, yep, go to IT first. But hear me out. One of the biggest problems I see with people trying to break directly into cybersecurity is that they're trying to secure systems they've never actually administered. They never actually dealt with Active Directory. They never configured accounts. They never deployed VMs. But if you go to help desk, it's an easier entry point in, and then you can prioritize the security mindset while you're doing your help desk tasks. So when you're configuring accounts, that's identity and access management. That's part of cybersecurity. Put that on your resume. So anything that you do on the help desk, you can put on your hat, your cybersecurity hat, and think about everything you're doing through a cybersecurity lens and then tie that on your resume. The other thing is that you can shadow with cybersecurity teams. Depending on the organization, they might allow you to get involved with projects. Make sure you're really good at your help desk tasks first. Don't neglect them. Otherwise, you look like a bad employee. But take advantage of the things around you. People want to help those that are passionate. If you came up to me and said, hey, I really love cybersecurity, can you show me some stuff? I'll tell you, let's put an hour in the calendar and let's talk through whatever you want to know. I'm happy to help. You can go from help desk, then maybe even become a network engineer, systems engineer, sysadmin, and then move into cybersecurity. Just don't get stuck on help desk for too long if that's not what you want to do, and make your path forward to move towards cybersecurity. Think of it as building the base before you build on top of it. But overall, if you can get into a good SOC and want to be technical, go for it. If you get a good GRC opportunity and you're interested in risk compliance in the business, take it. But the thing is, the market is so tough now. If you've applied to 200 SOC jobs and nobody will give you an interview, stop thinking that taking an IT job means you failed to break into cybersecurity, help desk, IT support, network support, junior sysadmin. There's so many opportunities, and think of them as stepping stones. Because the goal isn't to get cybersecurity into your job title as quickly as possible. It's to build the fundamentals to be an extremely good cybersecurity professional for the rest of your life. Well, everyone, hope that helped you out. If it did, definitely subscribe. And which cybersecurity job interests you the most and which one do you want to start with? I'd love to hear it down below.